Out their injured captain, Paul Power, but Trevor Francis returns after the thigh strain which failed him here a fortnight ago against Arsenal. Kevin Bond is once more in midfield, where he's improvised successfully in City's last two matches. For Everton, Kevin Ratcliffe is recalled at left-back because John Bailey picked up an injury in training. Adrian Heath is given an attacking role in a side where the average age is just 22. Alan Irvine at number 7 was rejected by Manchester City as a 15-year-old because he was too small. Asa Hartford on the left captains Manchester City against the club he left in the autumn. And Billy Wright is leading Everton these days in the absence of Mike Lyons. The fixtures between the two sides have very much gone City's way in recent seasons. You have to go back 8 meetings to find Everton's last win, when in fact the decisive goal came from Billy Wright. Derek Civil from Birmingham is today's referee. Everton are wearing a change strip of all white, and they kick off. Manchester City won 1-0 at Goodison Park back in October, and are looking to repeat the double that they won over Everton last season, when they also put Everton out of the 6th round of the FA Cup. Alan Irvine. The pitch has withstood a battering from overnight rain well. Brian Burrows with a header. Bobby McDonald. Here's Irvine. Now Heath. Graham Sharp furthest forward for Everton. Squeezing it back for Richardson. Irvine going through the middle. McDonald was covering him. And now Ranson, who captained the England under-21s on Wednesday. Ryder. Bond with space. He needed all of it, and then gets the free kick. A foul by Ross, who is the oldest player in the Everton starting lineup at 25. Everton, who lost Asa Hartford's experience in their midfield when he moved back to City. Caton might get a second bite at it. And it's a corner. 1-4 City by the endeavour of Tommy Caton. Ryan will take it. Bond and Reeves on the near post. It's Bond. And then put out by Richardson. A little concerned about the City numbers on the near post. And Southall uncertain. Reeves had a drive at it. And finally a goal kick. Kevin Bond causing difficulties for Everton with the jump there that disconcerted Southall. And Reeves had the final effort, and City looked for a penalty as the ball was blocked by an Everton hand. Ratcliffe. Heath let it run for Sharp, and it's back for Heath again, and Everton score a superb goal. Heath's shot after the interplay with Sharp. Heath let it run. Sharp was aware that Heath wanted it back, and the finish was decisive. 5 minutes played. Everton, who have had problems in scoring goals in recent matches, but they get the sort of start they would have wanted here at Main Road. And the goal coming back barely 30 seconds after Manchester City had asked for a penalty at the other end, and the ball appeared to strike the hand of Billy Wright. And here's Bond, who equalises. A player who's had his share of criticism at Main Road as the son of the manager. But he gives an answer there, doing a job for the side in midfield. And he picked the ball up, switched it to his left foot, and Southall was late with the dive. A goal apiece in the first 6 minutes. In from Ranson. Reeves jumping with Wright. Time for Irvine to turn. And skip past McDonald. Here's Hartford. Francis. Higgins again came through. And Mr. Civil reaches for his notebook for persistent infringements, really, by Mark Higgins on Trevor Francis in the opening 13 minutes. His brief, clearly, the Everton defender, is to get tight on the England striker. He's got too close. Ryder helped it on. Out from Burrows. Hartford. Ryan made the call. Naturally right-sided Sean Ryan. It's the right foot he used to find McDonald. Now Francis. And he's offside. Hartford. McMahon in with great determination. Here's Ross. Richardson. And Bond. Brought down by Ross. And it's another booking for Everton. Kevin Bond had lost control, really. But Ross was committed. Ross joins Higgins in the notebook. That tackle on Bond. Ryder, and it was Hartford, and Southall just made it. Wasn't hit with great venom by Asa Hartford, but the placement was good. The sharp header that fell for him, and Southall repositioned and just pushed it around. Bond beaten by Wright. Ryan looks wide again. It's a goal kick. Ryan quickly across when Irvine's in possession. This is McMahon. And Bond lost out to Steve McMahon. Carried on, but it's still with Everton, and Heath, but the chance goes away. Heath is frustrated. Kevin Bond, I would think, is the most relieved Manchester City player, who lost possession initially, tussled to try and win it back, found that Reed rather got in his way. Heath took it up, slipped Caton, but shot wide. And Higgins has really been in the wars. From Richardson. Ryder finding Bond. In turn finds Ryan. City have rather gone across the park this move, but it goes forward for Reeves. And now Irvine with Burrows inside him. And Heath going ahead of him. But this is Irvine. Sharp waiting on the far post. And now making his run to the near post, where he was tracked by Caton, and that was fortunate for Manchester City. Useful cross from Irvine. But Sharp was looking to feed off. In from Irvine again. Corrigan electing to use the fist. And Higgins felt that he was balked. All Everton get is another corner. Out from Harida, and back from Ross. Harida a second time. Hartford. This is Ryan. Ransom racing up outside him, but the pass is aimed for Reeves. And his first touch allowed Ross to hack it to safety for Everton. The pass was true, but Reeves couldn't quite collect. And Ross saved the day. So it's City's corner this time. And Everton have left John Ryan. And that came off right, and reached Caton, and it's nodded behind by Sharp. And Everton lost their concentration when they allowed the corner to be played short to Ryan. And it's Ryan who's come across to take the corner from the other side. Bond's flick, Francis against the bar, and it was already over when Southall touched it. The near post corner almost working for City. Bond got it on, but Francis couldn't keep it down. Wright's header. City going forward through McDonald. Francis. Prepared to turn and twist until the opening comes his way, and it's Harida and Southall. It was a despairing dive, but it was effective to deny Auger Harida. But splendid work from Trevor Francis to set up the cross. Ransom will play it in, and Francis, and Southall has lost it. Everton react angrily, and Francis used the head then, and must surely find himself in serious trouble. Francis followed the ball in, Southall took it in the face, and Everton reacted, and then Francis in his turn retaliated. He certainly used the head, and Derek Civil of Birmingham sends off Trevor Francis. Francis still can't believe it, nor can the Manchester City supporters. But the incident was quite clear as Everton showed their protests around Francis. He used his head, and for that offence the England striker is sent off 3 minutes before half-time. Reeves reacting quickly. This is Bond, and it's Wright who heads it behind for the corner. Billy Wright, who was closest to Trevor Francis in Everton's reaction to his tangle with Neville Southall. City had the corner. Wright's header. in the back of the net, but the half-time whistle had gone. And the players leave the field to a storm of booing. Billy Wright was the Everton player involved as Trevor Francis appeared to butt him and was sent off 3 minutes before half-time by referee Derek Civil. This after the match had given us a really exciting start with 2 goals in the first 6 minutes. Kevin Bond there, the City scorer, after Adrian Heath had put Everton in front. An explosive first half at Main Road, which ends Manchester City 1, Everton 1. Bobby McDonald appears before an FA disciplinary commission next week and will be certainly suspended, and so too does Kevin Bond. And now Manchester City will lose Trevor Francis for 2 games in a fortnight's time on that first half incident, and one wonders whether their hopes of the championship have disappeared as a result of what's taken place here today. A reminder that the score is 1 goal apiece. Reeves. Here goes Ryan. A rider's got into the middle. This is Irvin. Making McDonald do the chasing. Heath. The task now for Everton is to make their extra man count in the second half. Sharp. Irvin. It's Richardson beyond the far post, and McMahon, who can't quite turn it back in. Ratcliffe. We might recall that he was sent off in an Everton-Manchester City clash last season in a similar incident. Here's Irvin. Ross. Can use Burrows if he wants, or Heath. This is Heath. Now Burrows. McMahon. Setting his sights on the left foot, and it was close. Steve McMahon had covered a lot of ground to be involved in this Everton build-up, and his turn took him away from John Ryan. Ross. Here's Reeves. City will have to get men forward quickly in support of him. Bond has got forward. Reeves tries the shot, which is blocked, and Ryder drives it in. And it hit Trevor Ross and could have gone anywhere. It's a corner. Reeves carried the fight forward for City, and then it broke for Ryder. Ross was fortunate that it only went for the corner. McDonald came in. And this is Brian Burrows for Everton. Everton have 4 forward, City 4 back. Ransom does enough to hold them up. Sharp. From Irvin. Corrigan keeping his eye on the ball, and again a challenge by a forward on a goalkeeper provides a flashpoint. Graham Sharp sensibly walked away from Corrigan's reaction. Everton. Doing well against Richardson, who flicked in from behind and will be booked. Ray Ranson was trying to get his body between Richardson and the ball and ran across the line of Richardson's run, and Kevin Richardson caught the back of the left boot and removed it, and he becomes the third Everton player to be cautioned. Ranson had left him, but he veered across in front of Richardson, who was tempted into a tackle that could never succeed. Ratcliffe. And Ratcliffe and Reid tussling off the ball. And they go again, and the feet were high by Ratcliffe. The referee wants the game to go on, with City in possession. There was another potential incident. On that occasion, Nicky Reid and Kevin Ratcliffe, the central figures. And Reid with a no-nonsense tackle again. Heath finding Ratcliffe. This is Richardson. And it's Burrows who's arriving, and Ryan, who was aware of his presence and helped it behind for the corner. And it's Manchester City's turn to get their marking tight at a set piece. For Everton, the hope of exploiting this dead ball situation to restore their lead. Sharp, Heath, and Corrigan at full stretch, as Adrian Heath's header was looping in on target after Sharp flicked it on. Sharp, who's made Caton work hard, and the pass from Ross, beautifully picking out McMahon. I think Corrigan got a touch on the shot to push it onto the bar, and if he did, it was a superb save, because Steve McMahon was on the receiving end of a splendid ball from Trevor Ross. McMahon setting off there, Ross found him, the ball sat up nicely for McMahon, but Corrigan touched it onto the bar. Joe Corrigan keeping the 10 men in the match. This time Irvine looks for the outswinger. Maybe Mark Higgins the target, but it reaches right, but the whistle has gone. No goal. Pushing by Wright. Ball dropping over the head of Mark Higgins, but Wright was leaning in on Harida. Heath. Here's Higgins. McMahon allowed to turn. And a deflection brings the best out of Corrigan again, off Kevin Bond. It's been a heroic performance from Corrigan in the second half. In fact, the ball was passing wide, but Corrigan couldn't be sure. No problems for the goalkeeper there, as Wright's header was always passing over. into the final minute of normal time. Here's Reed, looking for something dramatic to finish the day. Finally halted by Higgins. And then Wright with a back pass that has Southall in trouble. McDonald. Here's Reed, who covered some 60 yards in that burst forward. The type of aggression and determination that makes Nicky Reed such a favourite at Main Road. And the final whistle goes. It's a match that will be remembered for the sending off of Trevor Francis. But Joe Corrigan's 24th game against Everton in his long career. He's only been on the losing side 4 times against them, and his second half performance has given Manchester City their share of the spoils here. The goals both in the first 6 minutes from Adrian Heath for Everton. And